Hey, YouTube. How are you guys? Good morning. What is it about being in front of a camera that always makes you want to look at your hair? Am I the only one? I'm like, I just want to check my hair when I get in front of the camera. Hey, guys, guess what? It's Thursday. Okay. Do I need to say more? No, it's Thursday. I'm really excited. I missed you guys. What are you up to, people? I missed y'all. So well, first of all, let me just say, welcome everybody. It's Tea Talk Thursday. I know a lot of people forgot, it just happens every Thursday, but life is so busy. I get it. No problemo. So anyway, for anybody who's tuning in for the first time, my name is Amber Hill. I am the Psychic Life Coach. Yes, that just means that I am a certified life coach that just happens to be a second generation psychic, okay? So anybody who comes on the video, please come in and introduce yourself. Say hello. Say hello. I'm here to see you. You guys aren't here to see me. I'm here to see you because I missed you guys and I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, I will say this, guys. I'm running out of crystals to show you guys because almost all the crystals that I've kind of gone through all of them. And then there's some, I'm going to be real with you. There are some crystals that I have. I don't remember their names. I got to take it to the thing and be like, what is this? Because I don't have my card to tell me what it is. So some of them, I don't remember what they are. Because I have a lot of babies, right? And I got them all for specific reasons. But as life happens, as time goes on, I forget some of them. Hey, Dragonfly. So I'm not going to be talking about crystals today. That's about it. Now I can talk about this one. But if you guys know how it goes, I'm trying to make sure that I turn my phones off because Murphy's Law would have it. As soon as I get on, everybody in the world is going to want to blow me up. So it is Tea Talk Thursday. So that means the first thing I'm going to tell you is what tea am I drinking. So today, the tea that I'm drinking is from TEVANA. It's called Peach Tranquility, right? It is a very herbal tea with chamomile and notes of citrus. It's really good. My daughter bought it for me about 2 weeks ago because you guys know my birthday was July 26th. Leo in the house. Let me hear you say ho. And these are the tea bags. I just want to show them to you. They're really cute. They're done in a teepee type of thing. And you can see the herbs in it. And if we had smell-o-vision, I guess we haven't gotten that advanced yet, you could smell how absolutely peachy it smells. It's a really light tea that I really like. And I already got mine going. So you guys tell me, what are you guys drinking this morning? If it's not tea, what is it? That is so good. What are you guys drinking? What are you drinking, Dragonfly? That is so good. Oh, gosh, that's so good. All right. So you guys remember last week I told you I had bought some custom smudges. And guess what? They're all dry now. So I can light it up so that we can bless this space before we get our reading going. I'm interested to see what the cards have to say for you guys today as well. See, it's definitely burning so much better than it was last week. It was just too wet. It was too fresh. And it smells so good. And if you remember, this is the protection bundle to everybody. So when you say contemplating who your soulmate is, oh, red zinger. Nice. When you say contemplating, does that mean that you don't know? Because I thought a soulmate is something that you know it from the door. It's not anything you have to really decide about. Just to remind you guys, I got this bundle made by Moody Therapy. And I'm going to tell you what was in this bundle, just so that you guys can be familiar. It's in the notes from it's in the video from last week. I just want to go through it. This is a protection bundle. It had dill, white sage, mugwort, thyme, rosemary, eucalyptus, bay leaves, white flowers, and purple flowers. You know, a lot of people think a lot of different things when it comes to soulmate, you know, and some people believe that there is more than one. Personally, my personal belief, I don't think there's more than one. Again, that's just my personal belief. I'm not saying anybody else is wrong. I feel like the energy between a soulmate is like magnets that attract. Hello, Elena. And because of that, I feel that there's no way you would ever have to decide. I feel like soulmates is like magnets. Like, even if you wanted to, you know, move from that, there's no way you guys could not be together. Like, I don't think it could ever work. I am well, Elena. How are you today, honey? I just don't feel like it's anything that you would have to make a decision about a soulmate. I think it's just something that's like, woof. Like, y'all try to go your separate ways and you try to deal with other people, but woof, like you just come right back to it. So I don't personally, I don't really understand the concept of contemplating between soulmates. I feel like a soulmate is something that is so powerful. It's a knowing. It's just a knowing. It's not like, well, should I? It's kind of like, you know, it's like, you know, being a fat girl in a damn cake factory. It's like you can't even help yourself, okay? And I speak as a fat girl, so I'm not offending other fat girls. I'm speaking for this fat girl. If I go into a factory that's full of cakes, the cakes are going down, okay? I'm just saying, cakes and cookies are going down. So yeah, this protective space, and you guys know I always like to burn my sage. So Elena, what are you drinking this morning? Dragonfly is drinking Red Zinger. I am drinking TEVANA's Peach Tranquility, and it has a little bit of chamomile in it, and it has notes of citrus. It is a caffeine-free. I can't do caffeine drinks. I know it sounds weird, but caffeine puts me to sleep. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. So coffee has never been anything that would allow me to stay awake. All right. So putting this protection up, and I'm going to let this go ahead and burn right over here to the side. Oh, I love Naked Juice. I was just looking at the big one. I haven't had one in years. I used to always buy a Green Monster and the protein smoothie, and I would drink the protein smoothie straight down and then sip on the green. Loved it. Loved it. Loved it. Loved it. Loved it. Especially Naked. I love Naked. Yeah, I do love Naked. Anyway, yeah. So that's what that is. Okay. It is good stuff, and it made me feel good. Especially the Green Monster. You should drink the Green Monster too, because it's very sweet. Even my brother who hated vegetables, even my daughter that was like, ew, they all was like, it does taste kind of good. And you guys remember from last week, this is my other thing. Yeah, Dragonfly. I just feel like it shouldn't even be a decision. Am I a reader? That's interesting. So I'm going to have you give me a definition of what you mean by a reader, Elena. So that way I know that I'm very clear about what you're asking me. And then I will share with you. Okay. So you think they're probably just your twin flames? You think they're just your twin flames? Okay. Because the reason why I asked Selena, because I definitely want to understand, because there are a lot of people who are readers, but they're not psychic. They just master the cards. They learn them, just like anybody can go to school and learn it. So I will say that I am a psychic. And to be definitive, hi, Sidan. Hello, welcome. So I will say I'm a psychic clairvoyant, psychic medium. I am empathic. I'm clairaudient, clairsentience, claircognizant, and clairvoyant. So that's that's what I am. And I do the cards just as an extra thing. Friday mornings on my Facebook page, my Facebook business page, which goes by the same name as my channel. So if you haven't already subscribed, hold on one second, please. So if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, please go ahead and do that and hit the notifications. Also, you can go over to Facebook and subscribe. And on Friday mornings from 9 to about 11, I also do one card. That means no one can ask me questions unless I feel led to tell you to ask me a question. I just pull a card and I'll go into what that card is talking about. So people can't ask me questions unless they're paying for a reading. What I do, which has been very, very beneficial, is I do a group reading as soon as I'm done. And so as soon as I'm finished doing because again, I am a certified life coach. So I have a little spiel that I'm going to talk about. Okay. Thank you, Siddhant. I will go into a little spiel. This is where my life coaching comes out. And just have a topic of the day. I'm not going to spend all day on it. It's like an 8-minute topic of the day, 10-minute topic of the day. And then I go and do a group reading. And I will honestly tell you, 9 times out of 10, the group readings, it hits a lot of the people that are on this. So probably the questions that you have, Elena, it's probably going to come out in the cards. So if you don't mind sticking around, we can rock it out. Okay. So, I'm sorry, guys. I have to move my keyboard up and away from me so I can have more room for laying the cards out. All right. So, yes. Are any of you in the Atlanta, Georgia area? Oh, awesome, Siddhant. Where are you from? Can y'all tell me where you guys are from? Where you're looking in at? I am in Atlanta, Georgia. Hey, wait a minute. It's not Maria. It's Marie. Hey, Marie. How are you? Oh, you're here. Okay. Oh, Nepal. Marie, you're in Connecticut. I said that used to be my old stopping grounds when I was younger because I was from Springfield, Massachusetts. Oh, good to meet you, Elena. I'm sorry, Eleni. Is it Eleni? How do you give me some pronunciation? Eleni? Am I saying it right? Eleni? Aleni. Oh, Aleni. I love it. Thank you, my love. Thank you for helping me with that. Aleni. Got it. Love it. Beautiful name. Yes, Siddhant. It's beautiful. Awesome. And I love that every single one of you are new. I've never seen you on my video. So this is awesome to me. And I'm so happy to meet you guys. Do any of you actually, I'm sipping on TEVANAs, and that's what I do. I'm a tea drinker, so I always try to expose you guys to new teas. I'm looking at getting into some tea sponsors that will start pitching in and sponsoring. But this is TEVANA's Peach Tranquility that I'm drinking today. It is a herbal tea. It's caffeine free. It does have a touch of citrus and chamomile. It's really good. It is a peach flavor, so if you don't like peach, you probably won't like that. But it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'm just gonna try to light my bundle again. because it was smoking pretty good and then it went out. But that's how most bundles are. You got to keep stoking it or just keep going out. Um, Dragonfly, what are you doing? What are you doing Saturday? I'm hosting a free event this Saturday in East Point at the East Point Library. And it's for psychic development. It's free. I have refreshments and want to talk to people about tapping into their psychic abilities. So if you're interested, it's from 3:30 to 5:30. You can go to my Be Inspired Facebook page and you'll see the link to the meetup. It's a meetup group. Yeah. This is burning really good now. Yes. Whenever my spirit smells sage, it's like, getting the messages where? I'm getting the messages that you're typing in here. You said Alani is the last thing you said. So getting the messages from where, honey? The only thing I have is other than that, I would be in attendance. I don't see any other message. Oh, okay, I got you. I got you. It just came through. So I don't know what happened. It filtered what you had said. Okay, I got it. Okay, Alani. All right, guys. So here I go with the topic of the day. If anybody sees, I always try to put it out there what the topic of the day is. Take care. So the topic of the day is ego does it. What does that mean? I think that a lot of people are very ego driven, even people who are not aware. I always say that you have to check your mode of operation. That means we need to understand why we do the things we do. And the ego does not speak from a place of truth. It doesn't. Ego lies, it's defensive, and it doesn't speak the truth. It's kind of like when someone hurts you and you don't want to come out and just say, yeah, you hurt me. So you just try to think of the most hurtful things that you can say to that person to hurt them. Or when you know that you've broken up with someone, you know that you miss them, you know that you love them, but you just can't seem to open the words up out your mouth to say, I'm sorry, or to take responsibility. And I want to say that we have to be able to be very cognizant and aware of why we do the things we do. And ego is the downfall of man. Ego is the divider of families and the divider of friendships, and a lot of people don't understand why they do the things they do. Like I said, ego is very defensive, right? Ego makes you say stuff that you really don't mean out of hurt, out of pain. Ego makes you not tell the truth about how you're really feeling. Ego is very defensive. That person who every time you try to say something to them, not to hurt them, but to just be real or to be honest, they get very defensive. I didn't do anything to you. I didn't do that. That's not what I do. And it's like, or you try to talk to them about how you feel, and instead they somehow make it about you're hurting them. So I just want to say today that I want us to start being much more cognizant and aware of our mode of operations, of what's going on with us. So when we are in situations where automatically we feel like, someone has stepped on our toes, we got to check ourselves. I know that it's easy when someone says something to you that you don't like or you don't agree with. It's really easy to be very dismissive of it without even trying to see if any of what they're saying could possibly be real. You are not above being wrong. You are not above, someone saying something to you. So I just want us today That's why I say ego does it, because the ego is your downfall. The ego is defensive. The ego always tries to deflect from what someone is saying and put it off on other people. The ego doesn't like to be wrong. The ego is very self-serving. Okay? Very self-serving. The ego will do anything in the world to not have to admit that it's wrong. You know? So that's the topic of the day. Like I said, very short and very sweet and very to the point. But ego is a big issue. You know, there's times when you can be in a relationship and you're over here bending over backwards to make somebody happy when you know dang well that ain't what you want to do. You know, you don't want to be in that kitchen cooking 3 times a day, but you do it. Why? Because you want them to think that you're, this amazing homemaker that, not saying you can't do it, but the thing is, we don't do it honestly and truthfully, like it's really what we want to do. I know I did that. Maybe you guys are perfect. I'm not. When I was younger, there was someone I dated. And I was in there running around like Betty Crocker, cooking 3 meals a day, doing this, doing that. That wasn't my normal me. But I did it because I wanted to prove that I was a good woman, that I was worthy to be married, that I could be a good homemaker. So I did stuff I really didn't want to do. Now that's the ego. The ego wants to make us seem better and more on top of stuff sometimes than we really are. But anytime that there is a situation where there's that part of me that wants to lash out, that just wants to say some really good stuff, I always have to check myself and go, okay, now check myself. Like, is this my ego that's trying to be defensive? Or am I saying what I really want to say? Instead of lashing out and trying to hurt them, am I saying the truth of what I feel, which is, you hurt me, right? That's just the bottom line. Like, you hurt me, and this is why you hurt me. Instead of being like, well, you this and you this. It's just like, ooh, that ego is vicious. And if you don't check your ego, you can get yourself in a lot of trouble. All right. That's it, guys. That is the word of the day. We're going to check our egos. Check our egos. Be clear about why we're doing what we're doing. Because again, the ego does not speak from a place of truth. It doesn't seek understanding. It is defensive. It wants to be right all the time. And that's it. It just wants to be right. Even if it's wrong, it wants to be right. So, yeah, we just got to check that. So guess what time it is, everybody? It's time for our group reading. All right, I'm going to take a sip of tea and we're going to go in. That tea is so good. All right, guys. For anybody who's interested in knowing, today I will be using the Psychic Tarot. This is the deck I love to use. I love it for many reasons. It's pretty much straightforward. Secondly, it doesn't have any negative meanings in the whole entire deck. Okay. So give me a second. Let me get focused. Let me hone in. And we're going to begin our reading. You can go online. You can go online and look for it. Just put in the Psychic Tarot and try to get it. Also, I actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 decks of cards. I also do Zodiac. I do Zodiac. So anytime I do a reading for a person specifically, I will pull out my Zodiac, and whatever their sign is, I'll do that. For anyone who's a Cancer who just had a birthday, happy belated birthday. you can go look under my channel and you'll see where I did a reading for for the Cancers. I'm a Leo, just in case y'all didn't see this beautiful tattoo. Hi, Kiki. So, did you check out the reading I did for Cancers, Dragonfly? You should go check it out and see if any of what I said. Oh, okay, I was gonna say that way you can see if any of what I said was, ready for you. How you doing today, Kiki? Kiki from Australia. So coming up is going to be Virgos, but I won't be doing that until I won't be doing that until probably like around the 19th. Oh, thank you. I like Leos too. I understand that, we can be a lot for some people. But then again, there's a lot of people that can be a lot for me. So, all right, y'all. I'm going to take a moment. And like I said, please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And if you're enjoying the video, please go ahead and like it, okay? There's no harm in liking it. And also, make sure you leave a comment after the video and just tell me what you thought of the show. And if you have any July 26th, I just had a birthday. And if you have any, thank you, Kiki. I always love the love and light that you send me. If you have any suggestions about future topics for the show, just let me know, okay? It gives me a chance to show my life coaching side, to do the talks about different things and different things. Now, Dragonfly, for some reason, I didn't get all of your messages, so I didn't hear what you said you had going on Friday. Oh, there you go, Dragonfly. That's what I'm talking about. Send that love my way. Yes. I've been getting a lot of interest lately. Thank you so much, Sadat. Is it Sadat? Thank you, Sadat. Thank you, Dragonfly. Thank you, Kiki. Yeah, I've been getting a lot of interest lately. Which is pretty good. All right, so give me a second. Let me see. Give me a second. Okay, Sid. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Give me a second. Let me hone in. Anything that you guys want to know, send it this way. Let the cards speak to you and for you. Okay, here we go, guys. Okay, guys, I'm going to probably wind up doing an extended reading. But for right now, this is what it is. Let me see if I can just look over the cards for a second. Okay. All right, guys. So anybody who knows me, I like to go ahead and get your number together so that in the end I can see what your overall number that's guiding you guys is. Okay. All right. We're going to wind up having two numbers, but this is the first number. I got your number now, and I'll explain that once the reading is over. Some people do readings and they don't acknowledge the numbers in the cards, but to me, the numbers really means everything. So the first card that I have for you guys is Passion Ignited. Okay. Number one means new beginnings. Passion Ignited means that you've recently figured out what it is you want to do and you're on fire for it. But your card is in reverse. So that's telling me that some of you have not yet figured it out or not moving forward in what your passion is. You may know what your passion is, but you're not moving forward in it. You're not doing anything with it. Maybe you might even be feeling a little bit stagnant right now. And it does say new beginnings. So, I mean, that definitely means like, willpower, what is it? Willpower, leadership, courage. That's what all of that means. So somebody or someone needs to figure out their passion and needs to start moving forward in it. And it's okay while I'm doing the reading if you'd like to just leave a comment, if it's hitting home, if it's not hitting home. Okay, so the next card that I have for you guys is Recognition and Reward. Okay, number 3 speaks to union, harmony, expansion, and advancement. And this card is upside down, and this is in your money. Okay, so I don't know if that means that someone recently lost their job. I don't know if that means that someone didn't get a promotion that they were supposed to be getting. But for some reason, it's upside down for you right now as it relates to business, as it relates to your job, as it relates to your money. That right now you're just not getting the recognition or the reward that you deserve. Or maybe you haven't been working hard enough to get the recognition and reward. Either one, I'm not really sure right now. The next card for you guys is mental conflict. Okay? Mental conflict. Anytime we see this card refers to like your mental state, obstacles, difficulties, things that are in your way, the workings of the mind. Now, this card is in reverse. So that's telling me that obviously there's a situation where there's some choices and obstacles and things in your way and choices that you've had to make. And so maybe there was a point where you were kind of going through it, stressing out about this. But the fact that it's in reverse is telling me that maybe you're starting to work through it, starting to figure out how you can overcome this obstacle or balance it or do whatever you need to do. And now you're starting to move out of it, out of the stress of it, right? And so it just really says that there's some decisions. Has that card hit anybody? Has there been some obstacle that was in your way, but now you're starting to kind of see that it's working itself out, or it's starting to not be so heavy on your mind as it was? The next card I have for you is Triumph. And I really love this card of Triumph because, again, the number 7 speaks to your spirituality, your inner awareness, your mastery of self, insight, wisdom, right? And when you're having triumph over that, that just says to me that you're starting to get to this new place. Okay. that you're starting to get to this new place where you're starting to kind of understand who you are, right? I feel like maybe for a long time you just kind of went along with what other people were trying to tell you, your family telling you how to be and doing this and that, or even in relationships. And then it's just kind of like you're starting to become more aware of who you are and what you want and what you don't want in your life, which is awesome. Okay. As the best thing you can do is master yourself and get an understanding of yourself. And look at the card that's right next to it. So that says, hell yeah, what I'm saying is right. Because what does it say right next to it? Triumph, success, and new beginnings. Look at that. Triumph and triumph success are right next to each other. So this right here tells me that you are starting to have a new beginning, like a new way of thinking, a new way of looking at things, that you are starting to master your thoughts in your mind. Like maybe you were dealing with some depression, dealing with some issues, and now you're starting to get to a place where you're starting to understand who you are, what you need, what you don't need, what you're going to put up with, what you're not going to put up with. And because of that, learning who you are, you're starting to master and have triumph success in your thoughts and in your mental space. So that's pretty freaking good. All right. So, okay. So also, I'm seeing that somebody is really got, yes, Dragonfly. Yes. New season, baby. New way of thinking, new way of being. You can't go wrong when you choose you. And that's for sure. I see that the card that's coming up for you guys is the heart chakra. Now, when I see the heart chakra along with the number four speaks to foundation and stable situations, right? And when I see the heart chakra, that tells me that you are a loving, giving, kind person. Your heart is what rules you, okay? It's in reverse. So that's telling me that right now you have some blockages going in your heart. You're holding some hurt feelings. Oh, I feel it. Whoever's feeling it, I feel it for you, baby. You're having some hard feelings about some stuff. You're hurt about some things. And right now you're holding kind of some of that resentment inside of you. And so you have a blockage going on in your heart chakra. And yeah, you got to work on that because I'm like feeling that through the screen, the hurt and the pain that you're feeling right now. But you have to work on that. Horny feelings. I'm ready. Okay. Well, that ain't really the heart chakra. That's this down there in the sacral chakra. But yeah, but that's saying honestly that you guys have to whoever is experiencing this blockage right now, and you have to understand that anything wherever your block occurs within your chakras, that it blocks everything else from around you. Imagine that it is a circle that goes forward, that goes around. It goes from the front through your legs, up your back, over your head, and goes around you. So if you have a blockage anywhere, it blocks the energy from moving throughout the bottom part. So I strongly suggest maybe you can get some amethyst, which can help with clearing out your chakras. And you need to work on some forgiveness, because if you have a block in your heart chakra, that's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with some hurt feelings. You're dealing with maybe some pain, resentment, some forgiveness, and stuff that you need to do in your heart chakra. Now, can we get to business, y'all? Let's get to business. So the next card that I have for you guys is truth. Okay. Now, 20 in numerology, 20 is 2 plus 0 is 2. 2 speaks to partnerships. It speaks to relationships. When I see this card, this is telling me, and this card is in reverse. So this is telling me that somebody is not being truthful or honest with someone that they are dealing with in a relationship. Either a relationship or a friendship, but there is someone who is not being 100% real and truthful about the situation. So whatever your reasons are, I get it. But, and the reason why I say relationship specifically, even though this is not a relationship card, because anytime you deal with number two, two deals with partnerships. So this could be a business partner. This could be friendship. Um, but anytime I see two, I definitely think of like relationship, love relationship, but it also could be friendship and it could also be family, you know? Oh, I'm sorry about that, Sid. But this is saying that someone needs to tell the truth, that you need to be honest. Okay, so right now, here's a card about relationships. Number six speaks to number six speaks to harmony. Okay? Harmony, self-sacrifice, loyalty, responsibility. This card is upside down. So that's telling me that right now, if you are in a relationship, that it's upside down right now. You guys are not on the same page. Why you're not on the same page, I'm not exactly sure. But that's what I'm seeing. That you guys are not on the same page as it relates to a relationship. Is there anybody here that's in a relationship? Okay. No. No as in I wish I was, or no as in hell no? Which one? Woo! Woo! That's a long time. Okay. Whew. I understand. This seems kind of complicated, so I can get it. Now, the last card that I have right here, and again, I'm gonna lay some more cards out. I'm gonna lay 5 more cards out, and my time is almost up. So I can dig it. 13 years single, yeah, you need like the cobwebs knocked out of that thing. I get it. So the last card here is accelerated motion, which is a number 8. Okay. 8 speaks to power and authority. It speaks to control. It speaks to materialism. It speaks to a lot of those things that you need to have to move forward. This card here is speaking about accelerated motion. This to me says that there is something that you're doing, whether it could be business or whether it's on the spiritual realm, that your willpower, whatever, that you're just like taking off and accelerating in it. So there must be something that someone has gotten into or decided or made up their mind, and they're just like full steam ahead and going for it. And this looks like that's amazing. That says that you're taking off and things are starting to fall into place as it relates to either business, because it's kind of like this card also represents your passion, right? So as long as you have passion and as long as you are following that passion, I see that everything is going to take off in that way. All right, hold on, guys. Hey, Courtney. Okay, guys. My extended, hey, RC, how are you? So my extended is speaking about discontent and boredom. And number 4, again, speaks to foundation and stable situations. So this card is speaking about, I am well. Thank you so much. Hello, heart to heart. How are you? So this card here speaks to discontent and boredom. This is in a relationship. So this is telling me that someone is in a relationship that right now they're not too happy about. They're not too happy about. Probably really on the line of I am well, heart to heart. Thank you. That probably on the line of just really kind of feeling over it. Feeling over it and kind of one foot in and one foot out, just not happy within the relationship, the love relationship. I can't really speak to why, but that's what I'm seeing. Also, the next card I pulled was transformation. Okay, 1 and 3 is 4. 4 speaks to foundation, a stable situation. This transformation is upside down. So that again, that goes in line with the passion ignited that I already did, which is saying to me that there is change that is supposed to be taking place. There is something that you guys are supposed to be moving forward in. There's a transition or transformation that's supposed to happen, but for whatever the reason, you guys are not doing it. It's kind of like you're stuck in this unhappy situation right now, which might have a lot to do with why at one point you were having some mental conflict that is no longer really plaguing you like it was. Also, as it relates to your money, okay, so your money is upside down, guys. Your money is upside down. So you have patience and planning. 7 again speaks to mastery of self. It speaks to your inner awareness, wisdom, insight. This card is upside down. And this relates to your money. So I don't know if there's somebody who planned for something to happen, maybe planning an event, planning something, and it's just not falling into place for you the way that you want it to fall into place. Again, I'm not really sure why it's not falling into place financially, but it's not right now. Um, like I said, patience, that means somebody is not very patient who needs to have some patience. Uh, that wasn't good, was it? Nope. Put it back. All right. You need to have some patience because right now you don't have any patience. And you're not planning, which means you should be planning. And that's why your money's upside down right now, guys. Not good. The second card is the waiting game. Now, this is the interesting thing because when I see, again, any card that, yeah, this is purple, this speaks to spiritual, right? Spiritually waiting, waiting for the right time. Now, this card, the waiting game, to me, when I see the waiting game, I always think of someone in business, someone who's planting some seeds and waiting for them to yield and waiting for them to come forth and yield some really good fruit and stuff. This is in reverse for you guys, okay? It's in reverse. And again, 2 speaks to partnership, it speaks to balance, it speaks to choices. And right now, maybe the fact that it is in reverse and it was the waiting game is really just saying that the waiting game is over. So if you have been waiting to hear news about something, that this is a time where now it's time to take action. It's time to go forward and move forward and do the things that you wanted to do. Okay, the last card, emotional withdrawal. Again, 8 speaks to power and control, and this card is in love relationships and it's in reverse. So that's telling me also that maybe somebody who is in a relationship who normally shuts down and withdraws is getting to the place of being able to open up and communicate much better than they have in the past, which is pretty freaking good, which is pretty good. So let me add up the new numbers, guys. Okay. 1 second, guys. I'm almost done. Okay. Got it. Okay. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to recap. The card so that we understand what's going on. As it relates to love, I see that somebody is coming out of emotional withdrawal. Maybe they were experiencing some type of depression or some type of issue within the relationship, because this is definitely the card of love. And it's saying that somebody really was dealing with emotional withdrawal, wasn't really communicating, wasn't really sharing with their partner what they were going through, and now they're coming out of it. I also see discontent and boredom. This is the foundation of the love relationship, is that someone just is not happy right now. I see that as far as your money goes, when it comes to reward and recognition, it's upside down. I don't know whether that means that someone um, is not getting that promotion. Maybe they just lost their job, not getting the raise that they wanted, but definitely feeling like they're not getting what they want or need to be getting. Patience and planning. This is telling me that somebody is not having patience, and you're also probably not doing any planning as it relates to your money. Seven again speaks to understanding who you are, how things flow, making some decisions, wisdom and mastery. So this is telling me that if someone did plan an event or something, it's just upside down right now. I see that there has been some mental conflict that was going on, but it seems as if possibly a person was stressing over a situation or an obstacle or a problem, but now they're starting to come out of it. They're starting to see their way through it, which is good. That they are starting to be able to master their thoughts, that there is a new beginning and a new way of seeing and thinking and being about situations. And because of that, they are starting to master who they are and understand themselves. And they're starting to triumph because they are starting to master self. I'm seeing that you are experiencing, it says that there was a time where you were waiting on something, the waiting game for seeds that you planted to sow. So this is saying that spiritually turned around upside down, that the waiting game is over for you. So things are going to start happening and start progressing now in that area for you. Hey, Joe. Also, passion ignited is upside down. This is saying that spiritually you are not, this should be a new beginning in spirituality for you. But you have not begun to follow your passion. You have not begun to do the thing that you were called to do. And that's what you need to do. But right now it's upside down. It's just not something that you're doing. But it's saying to me that once you get to that and once you do that, you will experience accelerated motion in that thing. That will be your power and control, right? So find your passion. You will experience a new beginning, and then you will take off. And that thing is going to light up for you. All right. Truth card is upside down. That's telling me that somebody needs to be honest with someone about something. That could be a relationship, that could be a friendship, that could be with your family, but there's something that you're holding back that you need to tell somebody. This also shows me that in relationships, as far as the harmony card, that right now there is no harmony. It's upside down. That there is no harmony within a love relationship right now. Maybe a marriage is upside down, a relationship is upside down. I don't know if it also signifies the end of a relationship, but I know that right now there's some rough times going on. Transformation should be happening, but it is not happening. Okay? Transformation is not happening for someone. You should be moving into a new phase. You should be moving into a new way of being, but you haven't. Also, your heart chakra. It is blocked right now. It is your foundation. It is your stable situation. But right now, there's some forgiveness, some hurt, some pain that needs to happen for you to heal and to be able to move forward. Okay? Those are your cards. all 14 of them. Okay, this is the extended reading I did. So the first set of cards that I did spoke to your number was 7. Remember, I told you guys in the beginning I did the number. The number was 52. 5 plus 2 is 7. Again, 7 speaks to mastery of self. That's saying to me that this is the key. That if you can master who you are, and if you can master your thoughts and master just the core, connect to who you are, that everything else will fall into place for you. The new numbers equaled out to be 34. When I did those together, that was 3 plus 3. I'm sorry, 4 plus 7 is still 4. Yeah, it still came up to 7. But when I added the 34 and the 52 together, you had a grand total of 86. 86 together. 86 together came up to 14. 4 plus 1 is 5. 5 speaks to change and realignment. Okay? Change and realignment. That says that right now, this is a time for change for you. This is a time of transition. I don't know whether that's the transitioning out of a relationship, transitioning out of a job, transitioning from moving somewhere that you've been. But this is a transition period, the change, the end of a marriage. And so, based upon the reading that we just did, guys, it is definitely change and transition. And also, once you deal in the change and alignment for you guys, that's also going to deal in the transformation of you guys. Okay. And I think it's going to allow a lot of things to start falling into place for you guys. For sure. All right. That is the reading. Hey, RN. I just did a big group reading for everybody. So what do you guys think? Did you guys get some answers? Did it answer some questions for you guys? And don't forget at the end, I will put it in the notes, the name of the tea. What, Dragonfly? It didn't answer anything for you? Really? I always say spirit doesn't always tell us what we want to know. See, I know what you want to know, Dragonfly. You only want to know about sex and about a new love interest. That's what you want to know about. Well, you know that work is an ever-going, ongoing thing. Work is never done. It's never like, well, I did that before, so I don't do it again. Again, work is an ongoing thing, you know, and even if there's transition or change or upside down, definitely spoke to someone who's dealing with some issues within a relationship. And again, love relationship doesn't always have to be simply a sexual love relationship. It could also be it could also just be, you know, someone that you love and have very deep feelings for, which could also be some of your family members. You know, stuff can be upside down within your love relationships, matters of the heart. Okay. For those that were a part of the vid, I hope the card hit you. But it also spoke to people who weren't going through a challenge. It also spoke to people who are on the other side of the challenge. That's why I talked about triumph and mastering your thoughts. Triumph and mastering your thoughts and getting more clear about who you are and what you want. I found that for myself as well, you know. It's always good. When the more you learn about yourself, the wiser you become, the less BS you get caught up in because you know who you are, you know? Let me see if I can pull a card for you, Dragonfly. Somehow I don't feel that there was nothing in the reading for you. I just don't believe that. I think you're only looking at the relationship cards, but there were other cards out there. What about chasing your passion? Are you chasing your passion? Are you doing what you were called to do? Have you stepped out on faith and started doing the things that you were supposed to be doing? And what is that? What is your passion? What are you doing? Is that your full time? Is that your part time? You see that? Allowing myself to connect emotionally, which is exactly what I said with emotionally withdrawal, that somebody was coming out of that and now allowing themselves to connect. Whereas usually they emotionally withdraw. See, look at that. That's what's up. Well, I'm grateful for you because you're giving me a time today. So I just pulled a card for you, Dragonfly. I'm probably older than you. Talking about little girl. I'm probably older than you. Look at this. So I just pulled the throat chakra for you, upside down, change in alignment. Anytime I see this card upside down, exactly. And I am 48, little girl. Throat chakra. Anyway, I just pulled a card for you. Throat chakra. Grandpa? You mean grandma? I am not a man. Throat chakra. This is telling me that maybe you're not speaking up about something. Dragonfly, is there something that you should be speaking up about that you don't speak up? That if I see that card on anybody, that's telling me that there's some things that you are not saying, that you kind of holding it in and you're not opening your mouth and saying it. Uh-huh. For dragon. You got me pulling a card for you. Now you're not talking. Come on, dragon. In all areas, do you normally speak up about how you really feel about a lot of things? Or do you normally keep things to yourself? So you don't speak up how you really feel about stuff. So this is saying you have a blockage in your heart chakra. So I would get some lapis lazuli. I I I would say get some lapis lazuli or get some what is that stone? Turquoise to help with your throat chakra. Because you have a block. And I would start wearing it. And on the other tip, I would say that I'm sure that that was not why you got blocked. And I would agree with that. It's protecting your trust. I would agree with that. I would. Well, guys, thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I am so over my time. I'm about 25 minutes over the time that I normally 25 minutes over what I normally do. But I thank you so much, you guys, for tuning in and for participating in today's show. I appreciate it. Take care. Like, give me comments in the comment section. Subscribe, like the video if you do. Appreciate it. Everyone, be blessed. Have an amazing day. And I'm going to go conquer the world and continue to build this empire. See you guys.